Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Story Nook. And today we're going to be reading several stories all in one go, and I might just edit them into smaller videos. But we're going to start off with a cute little wholesome story. So yeah. And this one is posted by Glitter Skulls. Dad got super excited over a gift that cost $1. Guys, I love these wholesome stories. I need them. I need to read more wholesome stories. They make me so fucking happy. To preface this wholesome story, I think we all know when it comes to getting gifts, to gifting things for people, dads are a whole different breed. They seem to have everything they could ever possibly need. My dad is one of those dads. I once gifted him a nice leather wallet with his initials, and yet he still uses his generic beat-up wallet that's clinging on for dear life. Sometimes you just can't find the absolute perfect gift for the dad, and I've long ago accepted this reality. I also struggle with getting gifts for my dad, and when I mentioned that I hadn't gotten his gift, he said, "Don't get me anything. I don't need anything. I haven't been able to do any Christmas shopping." My dad is an electrician. I think he's almost 60. He's close to retirement age. He really should retire, but it hasn't been working with him currently. He's living with his daddy, who's the oldest living male member of the family, and it's just so hard to figure out, what do I get you? You do construction stuff all the time, so I just wind up finding him power tools and things and bit sets, because he's always saying, "Oh, my bits are walking off," or "they're breaking." That's normally what I just default to these days. Or something for his dogs. He has 2 dogs. But onward! This year for Christmas, I was once again stumped on what to get him. Then I remembered he broke his tumbler he's been using for years, so I got him a replacement. I also remember he likes shopping from a particular gadget store, so I got him a gift card there. Some decent Christmas gifts for the man, am I right? I patted myself on the shoulder for just getting something for him. A couple of days later, I'm strolling through the dollar store to get gift wrapping and, admittedly, some candles for myself. In the holiday section among the seasonal candies, I spotted peppermint candy shot glasses. My dad loves alcohol, so I bought one to give him as a little funny side gift. Didn't think much of it after. Come Christmas morning, I hand him his gifts. He gets the tumbler and thanks me for replacing his broken one. Then he gets the gift card and thanks me again. Jokes that he'll find the next best weird gadget. In the little box was the $1 candy shot glass. He opens it, and let me tell you, this man is elated. "Honey, this is amazing. Where did you get this? Can you buy more of these?" If he were a dog, he would have broken his wagging tail on sheer happiness. I informed him I bought it from the dollar store and that I could most certainly get more of them. He had the biggest grin on his face and held the candy shot glass for some time while we watched my brother open his presents. I was in shock at how criminally euphoric he was, and the damn thing cost me $1. Of course, I went back to the dollar store today to grab more. Fortunately, there's a half-off clearance on Christmas items, so the candy glasses ended up being 50 cents each. That's a pretty sweet deal, pun intended. TLDR, I gifted Dad a $1 peppermint candy shot glass. It was as if this was the greatest thing he'd seen in his life, one that would rival my birth. And I love that. Sometimes, the best gifts are just, those cute, silly, little gag gifts you get. My dad has 2 dogs, so I often just buy him things for his dogs. One dog really loves Fetch, but, he has these tiny dogs and he uses puppy pads for him in the house. So I just buy him a large thing of puppy pads every once in a while at Sam's Club and give them to him. And now he calls me up. It's "Hey, you go into the Sam's Club? Can you get me puppy pads? I'll pay you back." And so that's kind of the defaulto gift. And this story is so cute. Oh, there are no comments yet. Oh, this needs comments in to be boosted up. I sadly am not connected to internet, so I will do that on my phone later. But this is adorable. It's precious. It makes me happy. Everyone, be adorable. Tell me about, like, cute, like, simple gifts you've gotten for somebody that has, like, made their day. Because, like, I love those stories. So I remember I had made a whole bunch of, like, little plush, like, little Christmas ornaments. Because I have, like, over 14 nieces and nephews. I mainly only get things for my full-blooded sister's 2 kids, because if I don't get them something, they won't have anything because of their financial living situation with their home, versus the other ones who have, like, a whole bunch of people who's going to make sure they absolutely have something. And so I normally only get for those 2, but one year, like, I just had all this felt and, like, plush polyfill, so I made them all ornaments, and apparently my nephew really liked it, because he got out of the car and came back in the house and said, oh, I don't want to forget this. Like, so he apparently really liked the gift, or at least he cared enough about it to come back inside during all the chaos of going home that day to come back and get it, which made me happy. I've also, have been given, like, some gifts. Like, my husband, he constantly forgets what he gives me. Like, yesterday, he forgot that he gave me the ring that I wear every single day. And if I'm not wearing this ring, I am not ready to function as a person yet. And he forgot he gave it to me. It's a beautiful ring. I love this ring. And then one day, like, I was just having an emotional kind of, like, breakdown. I was very stressed. And he went to the store so I could, like, bake a pie crust. I had to make, like, blackberry pie for something. And he went to the store to go get blackberries because the ones I had molded on the table, which very upset me, and I was already very stressed. And he came back and he gave me a mint Kit Kat. I love Kit Kats, especially the mint dark chocolate ones. It made me so happy, but, like, it's super sweet. And, oh, this one I'm hoping for very, very sweet responses. This is an Ask Reddit post, and it says, what's a beautiful way to tell someone that you love them without using words? And to me, that is the adorable, adorable thing. Oh, this is a struggle. Oh dear. I forgot to scroll down, so we're just gonna ignore this and read through it. Bend your PP into the shape of a heart. I don't know what that means. Ah. Alright. I wasn't prepared for all of this glitch. Is it gonna be the same over here? It is. Okay. So, we're just gonna try to read through it. Bring them the dead rat you caught. That is a cat. I'm not really sure, like, how that's gonna really help them. I can stop to buy gas. I'll get my girlfriend a slushie when I go in to pay if she's in the car with me. It's adorable. Hold on. Okay, here's the one that caught my eye earlier. I think it's the small things. Like when you're not well and they make you comfortable, or when they buy your favorite food or just snuggle into you. I love you doesn't need to be words. And that reminds me of what I talked about with my husband bringing me the mint dark chocolate Kit Kats. Or sometimes if he's having a really bad day, I'll just go and I'll make him something because I show love through food. Or it's just nice to like just be in the same place doing something similar but not the same thing. Like we'll both be playing 2 different video games in the same room. It's just really nice. Sometimes I feel that the small things make the bigger impact rather than the big ones. Like buying the things they like and take care of them as well. These are some signs of the showing the love there. Pocket sand and run away. When he kisses me off guard, it makes me happy. I blush and I smile and I know he does it just to see how happy it makes me. Plus, he says it's cute. I think the things that happen in the heat of the moment or the unexpected way is the most romantic thing in my opinion. I mean, you are lucky that you have the partner with whom you can do something like that. Randomly messaging them after a hard day or when they are in pain. No happy ending, just warm touch. When someone in the pain, then comforting them is the best thing. Find out their favorite foods and prepare them. Food is one of the most important things while showing the love there. Sticking around, showing up, remembering random things about them. I think helping them in their worst is the best they can do. Remembering how they take their tea or coffee. Yes, my hubby takes his coffee black because it's apparently healthier for him. But he does love this, it's like this orange spice tea. It's like his favorite one. I should buy more of it. I think these are the small things that make the big difference as well. I actually have an example that was used on me, and let me tell you, it still makes my heart blaze and skip beats to think about it. In that moment, I was just sitting there with the guy in my life, and the way he held my hand, his thumb brushing over my ring finger, and just the gentleness and how he held it made me feel so loved and cared for and protected by him. The way he kissed me screamed that, too, when I read your question, this was what came to mind. Ask them how they're doing, unprompted. Nothing better than letting someone know you care about their well-being. How are your bowel movements, my dear? I think showing the little things that matter for them is the sign of love as well. Like asking them how they're doing, how was their day, what is the thing they love to do right now as well. Look at them the way you look at someone that you love. Like a hot dog? Nah, a corn dog maybe. In the end, food is the one thing that really matters to us here. Food is so good. My husband will sometimes surprise me by making coffee for me. I'm not a morning person, but I love coffee, and the smell wafting into the bedroom makes me wake up with a smile. People think that these are the small things and doesn't make the big difference as well, but sometimes, like, that is one that make all the difference here, and we need to consider them as well. Food. Food is the way to the heart, and I think everyone knows that as well. Make their favorite food. Make her something. It doesn't have to be expensive. If you're still in school, make her a heart out of something in shop class or out of paper. Make her something. It doesn't matter. If she loves you, she won't care. She will treasure it forever. Before you made it from the heart and took the time to think and make her something. And that's always nice. Always make them something. I used to draw, like, my friends, like, little pictures and things. That was fun. Play a song that they really like in the car or just while hanging out. Personally, I have notes of all the people I love in my life, and every time someone randomly talks about things that they love or like, I type it down. It almost costs no work, and you even remember the little things, which sometimes mean a lot to your beloved one, so you can surprise them with their favorite food, little gifts, tips, or concert tickets to their favorite band. I think that's how I communicate, since I'm an emotional train wreck who can't build the courage to say it. And that's something, like, if you love someone, like, yeah, it can be creepy if you just have, like, a list of things, like, a whole bunch of people like. That is weird. But when you love someone and you find them attractive, but your memory's not that great, writing down, like, the little things that they like, especially after you've kind of, like, gotten into a relationship, is helpful. Like, I know for a fact my husband, he likes sloths, he likes color green, he likes cats, he loves chicken wings, but they have to be cooked a very specific way. He's very particular about that. Listening to them and just being there, as well as the odd I love you text. I send my husband so many texts and gifts. I don't think he reads most of them, but I still appreciate them. He's a rarely texty guy. I'm not a verbally person, but I can write you a whole bunch of stuff. And he realized that once, and he wrote me a love letter on these really fancy, pretty paper. He wrote me several of them and gave them to me, and they were so sweet. And I keep them in a drawer now. And I just, because we work at the same place, and it's an hour home, a lot of times the hour home, I don't talk. I just let him vent and rant about anything that's bothering him or frustrating him. It's just a really good thing to do. Oh, I've got a good example for this. So I'm quite quiet and have a bit of trouble expressing my feelings aloud. I adore my best friend to bits, but I get so nervous around them that I barely speak. So if I'm bored in class or just feeling expressive, I guess, I'll make little things out of paper for them, like mushrooms or cats. It's small, but they keep everything. And guess what? They do it too, and we keep the most memorable ones on our photo boards. And they're adorable. They're so cute. Hugs and just physical affection in general, if they're comfy with it, of course. I just love physical affection. And that's something. Some people really like physical affection. I personally do not like to be touched by anyone. Like, being touched by most people make my skin crawl. But my hubby and my sister, my full-blooded sister, they're the only two that I can be in physical contact with and not have, like, my skin crawl. Like, I can hug and snuggle both of them all day. Others, like, it feels a little bit weird. I'm more comfortable with a few people now because I've known them for longer and I've hung out with them for longer. But yeah. Going from a resting face to a goofy smile when you see them. Hugs. Can't go wrong with a hug. Step 1. Cut a hole in the box. Step 2. Put your junk in that box. Step 3. Make them open the box, and that's the way you do it. I think there will be a risk to do that thing. Things can be heated up. I was just like, I read junk, and I thought, you're going to put all your garbage in this box. Why are you cutting a hole in it? And then it just dawned on me after reading the next one what that meant. Paint their name on the side of my new van. Instead of that, making a tattoo on the arm will bring them more love. Wash the outside car windows, especially if you know there's nothing but dry snow in the forecast. I think washing the dishes for my wife and washing the car for the husband is the best thing someone can do. I tried that one time, and the response I get after that is something very surprising, as I was not expecting that thing to happen. Yes. It's really nice to just come home and find out when chores is not done. So, like, I've gotten on top of, like, washing all the dishes in the kitchen. And hubby has been taking care of the laundry, which is nice. And sometimes we switch. Eye contact! Oh, God. A good and proper seeing to tends to do the trick in most cases. I feel oddly British, and this is the most romantic way to show the love here as well. Do an anime blush and look away. Alright, that's hilarious. I love that. That's just hilarious. We're just gonna go on to the next one.